Hello and welcome to another video from me, Rough Swordsman Wargamer. It's another in my occasional series of videos entitled Not a Wargame Wednesday, where I showcase other types of games which, although they're not war games, may be of interest to you nonetheless, and gives you an insight into the other games I love to play. One of the genres I enjoy is horror, and the Lovecraftian horror is one of my favourites. And this next game is all about that. It's part of the family of Arkham horror games, published by Fantasy Flight Games, and it is Elder Sign, a game of suspense and supernatural investigation, designed by Richard Launius and Kevin Wilson. So what's all this about? Evil from beyond has come to the museum. Throughout the museum's history, visitors have been drawn to its unparalleled collection of ancient exhibits and exotic curios from faraway places. But in 1926, unimaginable horrors from beyond threatened to use these artifacts as a means to enter our world, bringing an end to all humanity. The clock is striking midnight, and a small group of courageous investigators desperately search the marble halls for the legendary symbol that will keep our world safe, the Elder Sign. In Elder Sign, 1 to 8 players take on the role of investigators struggling to combat one of the Ancient Ones, vast, powerful creatures that dwell in the space between dimensions. By rolling a pool of special dice, players will investigate the museum that has become the focal point of these strange creatures. The investigator's courage and skill will earn rewards, the most prized of which is an Elder Sign, the eldritch symbol used to seal away the Ancient Ones and win the game. But the clock is always ticking, and each night at midnight, the Ancient One gets closer to waking up. If the investigators take too long to seal it away, the Ancient One awakens and humanity is almost certainly doomed. Inspired by the writings of H.P. Lovecraft, Elder Sign is a cooperative game of suspense and horror that can be played in 1 to 2 hours by 1 to 8 players aged 14 up. So what's in the box? There's a heck of a lot, so we'll show you that. Right. Let's get the shrink wrap off. The shrink wrap is off, so let's open the box of horrors. First thing we see is this, I think, is the entrance card where our investigators will start their adventures. This, it's an advert. This is available on mobiles, I think. So there's an advert for that. And here's the rules. So move that over there and we'll have a look at these. This comes in at 20 pages, it looks like. Full colour, slightly glossy paper. And in this we've got overview, object of the game, components list, components overview, all the bits and pieces preparing for the first game. Setup, the Ancient One. Player's turn, movement phase, resolution phase. Rolling the dice, terror effects. Clock phase, securing dice. Focusing. Requesting assistance. Locked dice. Clues, items, spells and allies. Being devoured. Anatomy of an Investigator card, Mythos card, additional rules, the Doom track. If you've played any of the other Arkham horror games, some of these terms will be very familiar to you. But I was interested in this one, as I said, because I love the subject, but also it's a solo game as well. Although you can play it cooperatively with up to 8. Awakening the Ancient One. Battling the Ancient One. Winning the game, and credits. And a quick reference on the back. Them's the rules. Next, we've got some counters sealed in sort of shrink wrap. So we'll get those open. So here's the first sheet. And they are rather handsome counters. Nice and thick. Here are the investigators. Got some of these special monsters, I think these are. Here's the health and sanity. I forget what they're called in this game. Doom markers. And these are clues, I think, these little footprints. There we are. Here's the second sheet. There's the clock they were talking about. Elder signs here, some more monsters. There we go. Next, we've got some dice. Let's have a look at those. Here's the dice. They're quite nice, actually. All the icons on them. 6 green, a red, and a yellow. What do we got here? Let's have a look at those. These are tarot sized. Quite nice. They've got the sort of linen finish on them. And these, I think, are the things you investigate. So a nice goodly amount of those. And we'll find out what all this means when we play the game. Some more here. We've got different types. So what are these? Let's have a look at these. Here are the investigators. So, loads of these. And there are expansions for this game, I understand. The author. Monterey Jack. Bit of an Indiana Jones character there by the looks of it. And they all seem to have special abilities and starting items with their sort of health and sanity. So loads of those. There we go. That's the investigators. What else? These don't look good. The elder sign on the back. Here's the ancient ones. With names I'm not going to attempt to pronounce at this moment. But the art's really good. Here's the Doom track, I think. There he is. And they have abilities. How many elder signs you need, I think, to destroy the creature. Yig. So again, plenty to keep you going. That's the ancient ones. And what are these? These, I think, are different dimensions you can visit, I think. But I'll find out. Nice quality stuff, I must admit. I think, been looking at these, that's what you get if you defeat this. I think that's what it costs if you don't. Oh, it's really good. There we are. That's all the big cards, and we've got some little ones here. Well, that's everything in the box apart from the insert. Let's have a look here first. No, nothing in there. Right, let's get this out of the way. Look at these cards. We've got some with a clock on the back. I assume it's to do with the clock, of course. So what's all this about? Oops, sorry. Yeah, I think you turn these over at midnight. So lots of those with what happens when it strikes midnight. And this is a sort of enduring thing that may go on throughout the day before it gets back to midnight. There we are, loads of those. What else have we got here? Right, I think I know what these are. Let's have a look at these. Items which you equip your investigator with. So, very good. Whoops. Got some books here. And lastly, weapons. There's Duke. So loads of cards. Right. That's it. That's what's in the box. So there we are. There's my open the box, an unboxing of another game from my series of Not a Wargame Wednesday. This is Elder Sign, a game of suspense and supernatural investigations, published by Fantasy Flight Games and designed by Richard Launius and Kevin Wilson. And I hope in the future to sneak in a playthrough on the channel. So, I hope you enjoyed that and you found it interesting. If you did, and it was, and you haven't actually subscribed to the channel, it would be great if you would consider doing that. It really does help. Push the like button of the video, the thumbs up, and if you want to be informed of other content that the channel uploads, then push the old bell. Leave a comment. I know I'm a wargamer, but I do play other games, and I thought, why not? Why not show the good people of my channel the other types of games I like to play? Do you play this sort of game? Let me know. I love to read them. Thanks as always to my subscribers. Thank you very much. So until next time, as always, you take care and goodbye.